welcome to the Ladywing Designs channel. My name is Zakia and we are here on this very cloudy and probably will be rainy Wednesday for another WIP update. And I think today will actually be a short video, y'all. I don't really have that much to show you or talk about. This is what happens when you basically go monogamous. But yeah, so it's Wednesday, September the 16th, 2020. I hope that everyone is doing as well as we can be right now. Everyone having, oh my gosh, words. Everyone that's being impacted by the wildfires out west, by the new hurricanes that are popping up, and tropical storms and tropical depressions. It's crazy. Yeah, so I just hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and healthy, like I said, as well as we can right now. I'm trying to keep my hands on screen so that you know, it's easy to tell what I'm looking down at. I prepped everything. I never do this. I prepped everything last night before I went to bed. Got all my projects together and stuff because I had already written out show notes, which I generally write out show notes before I record, but I don't really get everything together until right before. Yeah, and I didn't realize that I was in the middle of a row on this shawl, so I'm just gonna finish this. Let's see, what else to talk about? Welcome to any new viewers. I'm so glad you've found the channel. There are playlists on, you know, when you go to the channel, there's home videos, all the tabs up there. I have playlists for all of the Strictly FlossTube videos and for all of the Strictly Knitting podcast videos that I used to do before. And then this is only WIP update 12, so you don't have to scroll back that far to start at the beginning of these. And basically they're just WIP updates now because I'm just going to show you all the crafts. Yeah. Oh, and I totally didn't say that. This is a crafty channel about cross stitch and knitting. Maybe one of these days I'll get back to spinning, but I still haven't fixed my wheel. I finally bought glue, but still haven't fixed my wheel. It's fine. And I say wheel, I have an e-spinner. We'll talk about that eventually if I ever spin again. Yeah, and then welcome back to any returning viewers. No, I didn't forget that part. Just had other things I wanted to say. So, yeah, okay, I'm almost at the end of this row here. So I'm just going to jump in for once in a few episodes now. I do not have any finished objects. So we'll go right into WIPs, and this is the only knitting WIP that I have, so I'll just start with this one, and then we'll get into cross stitch. So when I showed you guys this shawl last week, or you all, excuse me, this shawl last week, I was just like really getting into it with the patterning and everything. This is the Siki shawl, S-I-K-I, by Dawn Henderson. It is a free pattern. I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. And I am knitting this out of 2 skeins of Stranded Dye Works in the colorway Meddlesome. And I'm alternating the skeins because one of them definitely got more dye saturation than the other. So I'm alternating skeins. Hold on. Gotta make sure I don't lose stitches here. Yeah, and as you can see, one, it's effing huge. Like, dude, I've done so much. Okay, so I was a little bit above this marker, maybe like right here or something, the last time that I podcasted last week. So like I just had, you know, that little bit. And I've done all this. Oh gosh. Okay, I have to be like super paranoid about losing stitches because as you can see that like it, yeah, I can't stretch it out at all, y'all. I can a little bit. Hold on. I'm super paranoid. I've lost stitches one time before on this podcast and I still haven't or on this channel, and I still haven't picked that project back up. I was looking at it yesterday and I was like, you should really finish this. It's almost fall and then you could wear this cardigan. And I still just don't want to have to deal with fixing the brioche. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so here is my Siki shawl. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it. So as you can see, the alternating skeins is working perfectly because it looks like one uh, cohesive colorway. I'm not sure what word I was looking for there. Whoops. But yeah, this yellow marker is just where I was the last time I posted on Instagram. I just like to have reference for y'all for how much I've done, and for me. It makes me feel like I'm getting something done. So yeah, here it is. I'm super stoked. And there's that phrase again. You can see this is what it's gonna look more like when it's done and blocked, because all of the ribbing will stretch out. So there's a twisted, half twisted ribbing on the front, and then yarn everywhere, and then it's a just a regular 1x1 rib on the back. So I mentioned last week, oh my gosh, yeah, just about to lose stitches. I kind of had a feeling that was happening. And my yarn just rolled away. Oh man. Hold please. Okay, so last week I had mentioned that when I start the second one of this shawl, because I already, if you saw last week, you saw the yarn that I'm going to do it in. Side note on that, so Candace at Slub Lover Stitches was um, was starting a new pair of socks that day out of that same yarn, because it's fabulous yarn, but in a different colorway. It was the navy colorway, and I was like, oh, that would be, like, I was on the phone with my mom and talking about it and everything. I was like, that would be perfect, so I could have like a dark color, like fancy kind of looking shawl. Plus I don't have like a dark blue shawl. Yeah, I went online to order, and I was gonna try to do like a curbside, or I would have just ordered and had it shipped if that was the way I had to do it. Well, they don't have most of the colors on there. It was ridiculous. They were either out of stock, period, or they don't carry it in the Michaels here. That was very annoying. And the navy was one of those colors that either they don't carry. I want to say that it was just completely out of stock. But anyway, it's fine. I'm just going to do it in the gray like I planned. Whatever. But anyway, so when I was talking about the second one, and I had said that I was just going to do this twisted rib on both the front and the back. And then I got to, like stretch it out and see how it was going to like look afterwards. And I thought about it. Hold on. I'm terrified of losing stitches. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you can see here, right, so this is the half twisted rib side, and you can see when I stretch this, these purl stitches, which are regular knits on the wrong side, um, they stretch open, right? And I mean, I think you can kind of tell here on screen that the twisted rib shrinks up because of the way that you've twisted the yarn. So it's like, the opposite sides are pulling. You guys get what hopefully that makes sense. I can't explain it without probably confusing a bunch of people. But yeah, so anyway, that made me think about it, and I was like, the regular 1x1 rib on the back, it's probably so that it can stretch, because the knit stitches on the back have not been twisted. So when you the knit stitches here, so when you stretch them, they stretch along with the fabric. Yeah, so I we'll probably be doing some sort of like test run beforehand. I'm gonna, when I get to the other one, I'm gonna start with the needle that she recommends in the pattern because I went down 2 sizes on this one. And I'm gonna try the twisted rib and we'll see. I'm just gonna knit a little bit of it and we'll see. And if it doesn't really work out right or I don't like it, I'll go from there. I'm sure we'll talk about it when I get it started. So, oh, that was the other thing. Didn't show you the yarn. Oh, and I'm knitting these on ChowGoo red lace needles, US size 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter. This is the yarn that I'm using. Look, they're so tiny now. I haven't weighed them in a couple days, but I probably am at about 20 grams on each skein now. They look like 20 gram. Wait, I'm holding a 20 gram skein. I could. Oh no, don't unwrap yourself. Okay. Yeah, yeah, they're at about 20 grams now. You can see the comparison. They're at about 20 grams now, probably each. So I am getting there. And then this is not showing up at all correctly. It's a bit brighter than that. A little more electric. Anyway, um, do I have something that would... I think it's more of my computer. Okay. I think it's more my computer and not... Yeah. Anyway, it's fine. It's a purple. But it's, like I said, it's a bit more like of an electric purple. Or a neon. I don't know what... Well, not neon. Anyway, this is going to be the color that I hopefully can bind off in. I have a second skein that was... I made my mom pick. And it's kind of a pinkish one. It also kind of goes with it, so if I start binding off and this is not enough, I will just go back and bind off with both of the colors. But this one is Super Crafty Girl in the colorway Love Knots. And that's her logo, Super Crafty Girl. Okay, so that's that. I'm getting there. It's lovely to work on. The rows are just super long now because there's so many stitches. Okay, so stitching. Oh, I forgot to get that picture before I started recording. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to pop in a picture here again of what Snape looked like last week. I don't even remember. But regardless, this is where he is now. Yay. Okay, hopefully I had enough time there to put in the pictures side by side. Yeah, so this is where Snape is now. I'm gonna hold him back a little just see. I don't know if it's easier for y'all to see the picture if I hold it close or hold it far away. So we're just gonna do both. But this is Severus Snape by Sarah Bauman of the Cross Stitch Salon. She's on Etsy and she has a Facebook group. This was a free pattern that she was offering. I'm not sure if it's still on her Facebook page now. But yeah, so I have started just completely working in diagonals here and incorporating all of this because as you can see, all of that confetti got filled in very nicely. And this is where I'm going to hold it back again. Oh look, apparently I never put my orts in the jar last night. Are there any more stuck on here? Because, okay. But yeah, you can see the castle and the open air in the background, and I'm loving it. You can kind of tell right here, these are the quotation marks. Hold on. Tablet. Okay, bear with me. I am going to hold up the actual picture alongside it. Nope. Go back. Snape is Snape. And what do? Click on the pattern and not the... There we go. Turn. Okay. So, okay. Tablet. Cooperate. Gracias. Okay. So, I think you can kind of see there. There are quotation marks and then the word always. And then you can tell that I'm at the start of the Patronus. And then there's the like background that I was pointing to also. I think it's a little clearer to see on there. But yeah, so look at that. I've got the opening. Okay, see? Yep, now I'm about to change colors. Okay, yeah, so you can see that I've got the quotation marks starting to come in, or I've done them, the opening ones, and then this is the start of the A. I'm super excited to get back to this. I decided to sit him down for a couple days, and I'm gonna work on a different project. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, so I finished the park. Sorry, I'm so scatterbrained today, y'all. I think it's because I basically woke up an hour ago. But yeah, so I finished a park on Snape for Full Coverage Fanatics, their National Parks 2020 challenge. So I think now I have, let's see, 2 and 4 is 6, plus another 4. So I have 10 done. I think that's right. Out of 3 tiers, I now have 10 of the parks done. So I'm gonna go back and work on finishing those 3 tiers entirely, and then I'll start on 4 and 5. Because I think it's going to be alternating between 2 different projects. And we'll talk about that in a second. Snape is going to be one of them. So Grime Guard from Silverman Sewing. Needleminder, which is basically always upside down. It's the Hogwarts crest on a wax seal. That's from Simply Serving HK. And this one has been sitting on, I keep all my needle minders right here on my coffee table. It has a metal frame, so I just stick them up here because they're in my face. This one has been up here for a minute, and I was like, hey, this one needs all Harry Potter needle minders, so I changed it out. This is Accio Needle from Armada Designs. Snape, yay, and he's on 18 count white Ada. And then I never show this, so I just thought I would. You can see there's like 10,000 things in the back. Actually, I need to take this out because I have to restart this project. Hey, I can show you guys this. I found another project. This is a Floss Buddy flip. So it has the pocket on the other side with the vinyl, and this is a scissor one. And then 45 pockets on this side. And this was all for Letters from Hogwarts, which is the project that's back here. I don't know if that one's getting finished. I'm trying to figure out now what I'm going to do with it. I don't even feel like going back to it and working on it. I don't even feel the need to like finish it and have it hanging in my eventual Harry Potter wall. So I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I have a lot of fabric left over since I didn't get that far. But anyway, so Snape has all these colors plus black because I took it out to use for something else. But you can see it's pretty muted on the colors there. So that was Snape. I will show you this one really quick because I mean there's literally not much to show. So I started I'm really focused on stitching up some stuff out of my Just Cross Stitch magazines right now because I've had a subscription for like 2 years and I haven't really like used them. Oh my gosh, hair. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to use some of them because there are a couple that I'm looking at right now. Like I flipped them open and everything because there was like one pattern that I want to stitch out of them. So I'm gonna try to work on that. But this is the October 2020 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. So let me find this one. So this is one of, well, the pattern's on that page. This is one of the projects that I want to do. It's called Sleepy Owls by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts. And that's what it looks like. And I thought this was perfect because it's owls and I have this weird unexplained love of owls, and it's autumn colors. And it's a bookmark, and I had just said like a week ago that I need another bookmark. Yeah, so I found this scrap of dusk or dawn? Dusk by Picture This Plus. It's 16 count Ada, and I've like used the whole piece for other things. Um, yeah, so I like barely got started. My goal was kind of going to be to like finish this in one day. And I got like a decent little start on there, about 30 minutes or so of work. And then I realized, oops, this little stretch or strip over here might be long enough to fit it. And indeed it is. So that I don't have to like cut an awkward shape out of this side. So I'm going to be frogging this, and I haven't done that much, so it doesn't bother me. But I'm going to be frogging that little bit and starting again over here. So, yeah, I'm not counting that as a WIP really, but I just, I found it, so I thought I'd show it to you. Hopefully I'm going to be restarting that soon. And I already had like all the colors picked out, so. Okay, next. Okay. So I'm going to show you both of these. I am pretty sure, where's the page where all of them are on here? I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the next thing that I start. So I've already started one for the Giant Ass Pumpkin Sal, but I think that I'm going to start this one next because I don't know why, but I just think that's so cute. Yeah, and like all of that grass is like full coverage, which is crazy, but yeah, I think I'm gonna figure that out next because pumpkins. And no worries, like, okay, it's called the Giant Ass Pumpkin Sal because it started with me talking about Thanksgiving and how it has a giant pumpkin on it. I mean, okay, Michelle's aren't necessarily giant, which, whatever, it's pumpkin. Um, Although I don't know. I don't know what fabric, what like count she's stitching on. So maybe they are pretty big. But anyway, mine that I'm doing on this next, like these pumpkins are definitely not giant. And then the project that I am actually using for that sal, like again, they're not necessarily giant. But if you got some pumpkins, throw that hashtag on it. I don't care. I'm just excited about fall. Even though we don't do like anything pumpkin in my family. Mm-mm. Sweet potatoes, people. Sweet potatoes. Yeah, but this is the other project that I've been working on. I started it on Sunday for Dark 13 stitching, and this is Happy Halloween by Doreen Jones. So you can see the little pumpkins down here. And I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna copy Michelle. I didn't know that, or know this, but and I don't know if it's like just kind of in Oregon, or I'm sure that like other people have caught on and do it elsewhere too, maybe. But if you put out teal or turquoise, I can't remember which one she said, teal/turquoise pumpkins, that it means you are a, a food-free house for the treats. Like you have little toys and different things. To just kind of accommodate like all the food allergies. You just don't put out candy. So I think that I'm going to change this pumpkin to a blue. I need to figure that out. But yeah, so that is what I started. And I'm stitching it on 32 count light mocha Belfast. So it's a linen. And it's rolling up because I've been stitching it in hand. I started out with just the black for the borders. And so I was just going to stitch in hand. And then I was like, because I haven't found like most of the colors that I need and pulled them and everything. So I was like, I'm just gonna work on the border because if there's one thing that I have learned from 2020, I love stitching monochromatic with black. It's like my favorite color to stitch with, basically, is 310. Yeah, so I've just been working away at this border and it's super repetitive, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually sad that it's almost done. But that is where I am as of last night. So the bottom is done and that left side is done and I'm almost across the top. And then I think I'm going to start this one from the bottom so that I can get to the pumpkins first. Yeah, and then this abstract needle minder is from 1884 Stitchery. I love it. Okay, dude, always keep a tape measure with you. And I know this, but apparently I don't have one in my purse, which I need to fix now that I'm saying this out loud. And I had left my notions pouch, my knitting notions pouch here, which is ridiculous because the notions pouch has two tape measures in it. So, and then of course, after, like, way after I had started this, I was like, dude, because I was at my boyfriend's apartment, and I was like, dude, there's a tape measure over there in the toolbox. So, I was trying to be careful because from the measurements I had done before, I was like, well, I'll only have like an inch and a half on the height. But as you can see, it was fine. I could have come down a bit more, but it's for me. I've got plenty of space to frame or whatever I'm gonna do with it. It'll probably just sit in the ottoman for forever along with all my other finishes. But yeah, so that's that project. And now we're just going to go into plans because literally that's all I've been working on. It really hasn't been a lot. It's just kind of been the same projects, but I'm really feeling that right now. Yeah, I think my brain just needs the monogamy. So, okay, today, well, yeah, let's talk about, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about this first. So this is being kept in a Slytherin Bitsy Bob, which is from That's So Kelly Co. Today is September 16th, and it is Mexican Independence Day. So I am going to be working on Mexicanita. And this is from, which means Mexican little girl. And this is a pattern by Johnny Stitcher. And I don't think she has a web, like a storefront or anything. A storefront. Is that the right name, even if, or right word, even if it's an online shop? Would it still be called a storefront? I should look that up. But anyway, message her on Instagram. I will link her Instagram page, and her floss tube, actually. So maybe I'll just link her floss tube. She has the same name, Johnny Stitcher, on both. But message her to buy one of her patterns. She has a couple of other ones too. Alma's Little Wonders is stitching Katrina, which is probably going to be the next one that I do. And then she did a third pattern last year as well, or a couple years ago. Or maybe it was last year. I don't remember. But she did a few patterns for Dia de los Muertos, either last year or the year before. But yeah, so here's where I am on Mexicanita. The border is all done. Her hair is all done. All of this is pretty much done. The straps on her dress. So I literally am just filling in her dress. And then there are two butterflies on either side. So the hope was that I could finish today, but I woke up like 3 hours past when I wanted to. So we'll see. But yeah, this needle minder is from, I got it from Michelle Bindi, actually. I'm not sure where she got it from. But, or wait. It says on the back, Needle Attractions. I'll see if I can find a shop with that name. And then I am stitching it on 30 count corn silk linen from Weeks Dye Works. So, yay! Mexican Independence Day, I will be working on this. We'll see if I can get it finished today. I think I might be able to. But anyway, this is the inside of my Bitsy Bob. It has felt over here so it keeps your floss. And then the pocket with the other colors. And that is Kelly's logo. That's So Kelly Co. Yeah, so I just keep everything in here, and I need to find a needle to put in here. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And then other plans, Saturday, part 2 comes out for the Frankenstein Sal. So here's just a quick look of where it is now. It's on 32 count gray linen with DMC 3809. And it's a pattern by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. who is, I'm pretty sure that's yeah, that's the person that's leading the stitching book club. I'll have all these links down below. Yeah, so that's where I am right now. I can't wait to see what part comes out Saturday. And yes, the goal will be to finish it immediately. Maybe not Saturday, but like ASAP. I'm really glad that I'm staying on track with that stitch along because lately it seems like all my stitch alongs are very behind. And then the other project that I'm going to be working on for a little bit is Fairy Circle by Carolyn Manning, which there's still a hashtag for her designs, hashtag Manning 2020 Sal. This is what Fairy Circle looks like. And after I finished the park on Snape, I decided that I would pull this one back out and work on this one for a park. Little did I know, I stopped like 14 stitches after I finished the last one. So I basically have 4,000 stitches to do, but that's fine. So I only did like 30 stitches in here or something. Actually, I think it was like 26 stitches now that I think about it. And then I did this bit right here. And then I was going to rethread the needle and I never got back around to it. So this is basically where I'm starting from, and I will probably I'll probably do the same that I've been doing for Snape and put in pictures of where this was the last time you saw it, just because full coverage can sometimes be a little difficult to see. Plus I work in this color completing, so, and not in one area. Yeah, so there's that, so I can get a picture of it. And yeah, 18 count Ada, 2 over 1, just like Snape. Oh, needle minders from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. And the floss, because I'm actually like kind of showing you these things today, I am keeping my floss in 2 different things from Bags Plus. This is a the Angela, named after my mama, and I have my extra floss, the extra skeins down there, all of this stuff up here, beautiful yellow and gray butterfly fabric. So that's part of the flosses. These have been taken out for other projects. It's fine. And then I also have this bendy flip. So it has 12 slots. Both of these have 12 slots. And then a pocket on the back. And you can see I have my list in here for all the colors. So yeah. Let me put this skein back in here. So yeah, that's that. I will be working on that whenever I feel like picking up a full coverage project. Okay, and then the last thing is a bit of retail therapy that I totally forgot about. I really should have shown it last week. Where's my phone? I was just on their account earlier. My mom and I think I found it and then I just like told her about it. But the name of the Instagram account is, come on, there we go, Black Pin Maker League. So I'm just going to read you their description on here. We highlight black and brown owned enamel pin and patch makers. So they have a maker list linked in their profile. So you can click on this link and you can see like a list of the makers. But oh my gosh, guys, if you don't follow them, go follow them. I love it. There's this one, No Vote, No Voice, and that one is from pin_poppin. And they do link everyone in here. This one was for Black Lives Matter, say their names. Yeah, they just have a bunch of great stuff on here. So highly recommend, and that's a great way to support some black and brown people. So this one is one that they showed on there, and my mom got us both one. It says Black Girl Magic, and this is from Radical Dreams. And there's their information there. I will also link them below. So yeah, That's literally all the retail therapy that I have, but I love it. I can't decide if I want to keep it as a pin, which is probably what's going to happen, especially because it's yellow. I kind of want it to be a needle minder, but I have plenty of other pins that I'm supposed to turn into needle minders, so I'll probably leave that as a pin and put it on a jacket. So yeah, that's it. That's all the stuff. Just over 30 minutes. Fabulous. This is going to be super easy to upload today. Which is great because my internet's acting up, so I'm going to have to use phone data. So the less time it takes, the better. Yeah, and then keep your eyes peeled. Oh gosh, okay, I gotta wash my hair. But I've been in the design mode for some knitting. My boyfriend's been very encouraging that I should be selling some stuff, and I am not that person that wants to make things for people to sell. I would just rather be crafting for myself, but I am all for design. Like I really want to be a designer. Well, I guess I already am one. I have 2 patterns out, but still. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on a hat design. We'll see how long that takes. No, I have not worked on the vanilla socks. Really need to get back to that. So hopefully there are some things coming down the pipeline. But yeah, I still didn't do the craft with me this week. I'm just going to keep mentioning it because if I keep saying it, it'll happen, right? Plus, like I said last time, I really want to shout some people out. I'm still like finding new people to watch, and there have been so many new people, I'm like confusing people's names. So, yeah, hopefully that'll happen. I don't know. Actually, it might not happen this weekend. The last couple weekends it hasn't happened because I've been at my boyfriend's apartment. Um, yeah, and by the time I like wake up, he usually wakes up before me. And by the time I'm usually up and like possibly ready to record, he's already on video games, and I don't really want that stuff in the background. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll just have to like record and upload on a Monday or something instead of recording on a Sunday. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so until I see y'all again and record and all, I will hopefully be chatting it up with y'all on Instagram and all of that. All of that is linked down below, as well as links to every person and shop that I mentioned. It's all linked down there. If I forgot something, let me know. I will happily go back and add them in. Yeah, so on that note, I will holler at y'all later. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and happy crafting. Bye, y'all.